I'm not a terrorist, I'm a realist. It's two sides to every story, third perspective, what the deal is. It's the land of the free, home of the brave, built on Rothschild's private banks, cross-continental trade, privately held prisons, and black Negro slaves. Federal Reserve knows no hoax and or joke. It's just slang to say, fiat currency is an old way of keeping rich people safe. So let's act like the war on terror isn't about oil exchange, resources gained or commodity terrain, like how they killed the communists of the global economy, replaced the government with quasi-capitalistic democracy. There goes Gaddafi, the golden standard, and money trees, along with Clinton emails and Trump Russian details of Putin interference with his U.S. diplomacy. Wait a minute, let me speak. She played the harp, I played the drums. She was the moon and not the sun. We marched all day till feet grew numb. She chased me there and I would run. I passed the torch to liberty, but the one in chains can't set me free. You can't set me free. It's the land of the free and home of the brave. Who would've known that we all be slaves? One day. I'm no terrorist, just don't understand politicians and their rhetoric. It says one nation under God, indivisible, yet crucify and vilify minority individuals, make profit off of usury and Christianity, then get on TV half naked with profanity. Nah, I'm no terrorist, just can't understand some Americans too quick to point the finger or play the victim when we take advantage of an already broken system to push biased agendas and foreign commitment. So any adversary treated like a gang and eradicate its existence. That goes for Black Panthers, Bloods, Crips, Black Power, the Black Lives Matter, the movement. I'm hip to how y'all hopping the move since experiments like Tuskegee University study on syphilis. Let's be truthful, it ain't about race, religion, or creed. It's about keeping us all from being financially free. She played the harp, I played the drums. She was the moon and not the sun. We marched all day till feet grew numb. She chased me there and I would run. I passed the torch to liberty, but the one in chains can't set me free. You can't set me free. It's the land of the free and home of the brave. Who would've known that we all be slaves? Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, goodbye. Good riddance. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, goodbye. You better prepare for impeachment after this. Turn up. What, are you waiting for me to say something else? It's over.
No, I'm serious.
Alright, we recording now. We back, y'all. This is Taste Test Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Myself, Jonathan, and my co-host, Janae.
What's up?
And we have a special guest here.
What up?
Yes, we
Let
do.
him introduce.
It's Tono. Follow me on all social media outlets at Tono Wilson. That's Tono Wilson on Facebook, Instagram,
All
I
that
don't
shit.
like Twitter, but I'm on Twitter too. SoundCloud,
All that shit. So
Apple Music.
All of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so Tono, man. So what's your music about? Like, how would you describe yourself if I was meeting you for the first time?
Got you. I mean, well, the impetus or the beginning of my music is being genuine, being a free thinker, being yourself, and not being afraid to do that because it liberates other people to do the same. So my music is always, it starts with my personal experiences, and then it generalizes my personal experiences to something I think everybody could relate to in a way that I think opens up the door for conversation. Like my the very first song that I had for my album is I'm Not Perfect. And I'm Not Perfect, it's kind of, I don't know if I want to talk about it too much, but I wrote it while I was in the psych ward. I was really depressed because my grandma had died. I was struggling in school. I was in a relationship with a young lady that was married and I didn't know. And it was just a lot of emotionally troubling things, and also dealing with my faith and dealing with whether I wanted to be Christian or not. And while I was going through this, I ended up just getting to a point where I was losing sleep. I was losing touch with reality, losing touch with what I considered myself at the time. And in that period, I felt like nihilistic. I felt like things didn't have a purpose. Things didn't have a meaning. So I had to assign things meaning. And it made me start letting go and just accepting things for what they are. Not looking at a cup half full or half empty, but just saying, hey, be grateful for the cup of water that you have, instead of, just being accepting of what things are. And looking at that worldview, I think I put that in my album. My album that I have on iTunes right now is called Salah Salam, which is Hebrew for stop and listen, peace. And Salah has always been used as a refrain. Like all throughout Psalms, it's used as a refrain in the Bible. It would say something like, sing praises unto our God, Salah, stop, let it sink in, let it marinate. So I always wanted people to listen to what I had to say.
Mm-hmm. Janae, did you have a question? Because I had another one, but you can go ahead if you have one.
I do.
Thanks.
I do. Who would you say was your biggest musical influence?
My biggest musical influence is definitely Kanye.
Your biggest musical influence.
Surprised.
I hear
Kanye.
Yeah, I have to ask. And I have to ask because you have a really nice flow when I was listening to the album, which I really did thoroughly enjoy, by the way.
I appreciate it.
And
it was some things that were rushed.
with you being from, that's okay. We couldn't tell. I'm serious. But, from the beginning to the end, I want to know who was your influence. I hear a little bit of everyone in there, but I want to hear from your mouth.
All right, okay.
Who influenced you?
From a lyrical standpoint, Eminem is who I would mock my writing style after. Eminem, he talks about iambic pentameter and cadence and tone. Even something simple as, the way he would read something. Like, Eminem, I feel like he could take something like, he'd be reading the back of this package of Kind, and he'd be like, do the kind thing for your body and your taste buds and the world. Be kind to the community. Here at Hind, what we understand is differently. I'm just reading the back of the chips, but that's his cadence. And he would tell people to practice that. And I think I mastered my cadence and my style of writing from studying Eminem, people like Rakim, Royce the 5'9", Supernatural, a lot of battle rappers.
Rakim was the first person that came to my mind.
We're going to talk about Royce.
Yes, we will. Rakim was the first person that actually came to my mind when I was listening.
That's a good one, too.
I'm actually really happy that you said that. That's what you reminded me of. Okay.
John,
I
definitely, man. I take that as the highest compliment of the highest esteem.
And I heard a little bit of M influence in there as well. That's why I asked. Jonathan, go ahead with your next question.
Yeah, but we just introed one of your songs. I wanted you to kind of speak on that.
Definitely. Okay, so it's actually weird because I was afraid of backlash of this song. So basically my song, Lady Liberty, is about the concept of freedom. And when I talk about the concept of freedom, I want to kind of define and refrain what I mean by that word. So not just freedom in the sense of, okay, I'm not a slave, but freedom in the sense of I'm mentally free, I'm economically free, not saying that I'm not responsible or there's no conclusions. I mean, consequences for my actions, but despite the conclusions, I feel as though I'm able to act in the ways I want to act. Now, don't make me say any, I don't want to sound like a do as thou wilt conspiracy theorist, Illuminati type person, but in the spirit of like the French Revolution or the Age of Enlightenment or the First Great Awakening, the idea of, hey, I have an idea and I feel like I can act on it without the idea of what other people think being a caveat to me expressing the idea. And that even builds into the first project I told you, Salah Salam, the Fight for It to Listen. Like the cover art is actually a warrior with a trumpet. So it's somebody, the idea I wanted to echo was the idea of Joshua and the Wall of Jericho, breaking down barriers with music. And with this new project, it's called the Trump Tape. And Trump, not necessarily Donald Trump, but it does allude a lot to Donald Trump, but it's an acronym for Tono's Rare Untold Matrix Philosophy. And it's basically about being a free thinker, being someone who's able to understand and look at things for themselves and not feel the psychological caveats and prejudices of other people. But getting back to the song, that's what you asked me. I went in a circle. I digress. Lady Liberty is about being a free thinker. Whether you're voting, whether you're deciding whether to go to school or not, whether you're choosing a certain ideology or religion, Lady Liberty is about that. During when we received the Statue of Liberty from France, the design, and there was the World Fair in St. Louis and a lot of different places, the ideology behind Lady Liberty was Native Americans being held in higher esteem, women's suffrage, women having the right to vote, and abolition of slavery. These were the three things that the Statue of Liberty was symbolizing. And if you look at a lot of the original designs for the Statue of Liberty, you would see it had like this pyramid hat. The pyramid hat was a symbol of a slave being free in Greco-Roman culture. A lot of conservatives in America was like, no, we don't want no pyramid hat because we don't want the idea of free slaves being the vanguard for this statue. The other idea, they wanted to have like a Native American headdress on and a sword. And it was like, no, we're not going to do that. But even some of these ideals are still seen in Lady Liberty. Like you see the sun, you know, and the broken chains on our feet and different stuff like that. So you see it paying homage to, like I said, women's suffrage, the emancipation of slaves and Native Americans. But and I called it Lady Liberty because I feel like the song embodies that. It embodies freedom. It embodies the idea of being true to yourself and doing things without the caveat of, oh, I'm not going to do or say this because other people are going to think that I'm this way. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't concern yourselves with the opinions of others. Like, of course, I care what my mom thinks or what my friends think about me, and I take those things into consideration before I do something, but I don't let that be the end all be all of why I do something. I don't say I'm going to do something just because other people hold it in high esteem or my mom thinks it's a good idea or my girlfriend wants me to do it. I do things because it agrees with my moral code and what I believe is right or wrong.
Damn, man. I mean, you said it all. Yeah. Janae, did you have anything else to say or ask? I don't know. Dang, she froze. Well, it looked like Janae having some technical difficulties, but we gonna try to keep it moving with the show. Janae, are you back? All right, yeah. She not back yet, but yeah, she not back. Oh snap! Yeah, we lost her. Shoot.
It started over. Hey, you can start with that.
Okay, my next question for you is, what was your favorite track to record?
My favorite track to record. Okay, I think I had the funnest time doing Fall For You. I think that was I enjoyed myself doing that. I stepped out of my comfort zone and did some kind of weird Blink 182 alternative rock stuff, and it was fun. that was definitely a different thing for me to do, and it was one of my favorite studio experiences. It wasn't necessarily my favorite song off the album, but it was my favorite studio experience.
Okay.
Hey.
I can understand that.
Well, man, some great stuff you saying here. I definitely appreciate what you've been doing as far as musically. I've been knowing you for a little minute, man. We go way back. way back. This is a good actually we grew up in the church together. That's the funny thing. But yeah, this is my friend. I know him back when we just doing Tavon.
Vacation Bible School.
Yeah, so it's amazing. I love the fact that like your message behind your music, and I think it's needed, especially in these days and times, you know, for the younger generation coming up behind us, you know, let them know like it's okay, you know, to be different, have different ideas, because the world needs some different ideas, because keep doing the same thing over and over, you're going to be in the same spot. But, yeah, I want you to let everybody know where they can find your music, the new music, if you have any out, you know.
All right, okay, so the new song, Lady Liberty, is debuted on Facebook. So if you want to hear Lady Liberty outside of this podcast, for you to just tune in, it's on my public Facebook page, Tono Wilson. And I'll be the guy in the green True Religion hat with the crucifix earring.
I'm dead. All right, so we gonna jump right into our first topic. It is again, we leading off with Mr. West himself.
Kanye.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that. Did he have his TMZ interview the last time we talked, Janae? I can't remember.
No, he had only had the interview with Charlamagne.
Okay, yeah, that's what we talked about, Charlamagne, but we gonna dive a little bit more into that. So I think you told me you had finally seen Charlamagne's full interview, so I want to hear what you had to say, your thoughts. That one was long. It was like 2 hours.
It was like hours on long.
I was like, man, I think first I have to denote that anybody that's extremely creative, anybody that's a quote unquote genius, they go through these bouts of dealing with nihilism or feeling like things don't have a purpose. And when they go through these depressions and these things don't have a purpose and feeling nihilistic or feeling like Frederick Nietzsche or whatever, they go through a point in life where I think they feel like I have to assign things a purpose. And since I have to assign things a purpose, I must be a god in some sense. And I think this sense of grandiosity, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. And what I got from Kanye's interview with Charlamagne is he, in his own way, is trying to figure out what his purpose is and how he can better the human experience. And he feels frustrated that people don't take his ideas about bettering the human experience as serious as other people. Like when he wanted to get into the fashion lane, it was, why don't you go work for Versace or why don't you go work for Gucci? And he like, nah, why don't people come work for me? And it's like, almost, it gives you a messed up attitude. Like I feel like he had an attitude where it was like, why am I subservient to all these other people? Like, why is the idea of my brand being as great as a purple label Ralph Lauren or a Gucci or a Prada, why is that such a crazy idea? Why is it such a crazy idea that there could be a black NFL? Why is it such a crazy idea that there could be a black bank? You know, why are these different things so taboo? And I think Kanye tackles these things head on, and he doesn't have the best euphemisms or the most politically correct things to say. But in spirit, I feel like my guy Kanye, he really wants to embody the idea that, hey, your dreams, whatever you want to do in life, things that you aspire to do, you can do it. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't give up. Like, you got to keep going for it. If you want to be a multi-millionaire entrepreneur that works in real estate, keep going for it until you get your dream. And I think that's something I would stand on.
Okay.
Now, whether his mom would have voted for Trump, I can't say.
All right, that segues into a question I wanted to ask, because I feel like some questions, like I feel like I feel like in the interview he is trying to come to like a solid idea conclusion on how to actually lead this idea he has about free thought. But like when Charlamagne asked him specifically about why he loves Trump, it seemed like he kind of sidestepped that question and didn't really fully answer the question to me personally.
Yeah.
But I was interested in what like your feeling about like his whole I love Trump comments and stuff like that.
Man, talk about grandma being mad at you for talking about a taboo subject. But anyway, my rationale, my sense of nonsense, if I can make it that way. I believe the banter on that topic, far as why he loves Trump, is much less a literal affection and much more of an idealization. I'm making up a word. So it's the idealization of Trump he agrees with. The idea that whatever you think and feel, you should be a brand ambassador for that. Now, the thing I think that he's trying to say that gets kind of muffled is you have to kind of figure out how to be a liaison of both sides in order for you to make change. Like in his song, Ye versus the People, he say, nobody wants to be that first blood to shake the Crips' hand at a truce. He wants to be that first Democrat to understand as the most radical proponent of Black people that understands this Ku Klux Klan mentality. He wants to bridge the gap between this white supremacy and alt-right thinking and this liberal left idea. And I think the idea of, if nothing more than to get people talking, it invigorates him.
Janae, did you have something to ask?
Honestly, truly, honestly, no. I'm so tired of, seriously. Well, I shouldn't say that. On one comment that he had in particular, and we all didn't see this all on social media, basically him saying that slavery was a choice. We all seen the memes.
Well, let's be honest. He said slavery, 400 years of slavery. It sounds like a choice. He didn't say it was. I want to expand on that. And of course, we all took it out of context. So you saying slavery was a choice, yada, yada, yada. But the more I sat and thought about it, I'm not saying that he made sense. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tono's word, make sense out of nonsense. And what I kind of came to the conclusion of what he tried to say and what he thought he said and what made sense to Kanye was basically saying that we were also mentally enslaved, but we were also focused on being physically enslaved. And mentally, we could have overpowered. That's just what I finally got from it, which I don't agree. I agree, but I don't agree at the same time, because you don't know where times were like back then. You know what I'm saying? You're in a foreign land. You don't know anybody. Only thing you know was this plantation. You know, they tell you do this, they gonna kill your family. They out here chopping feet off, and all this other stuff like this. But Kanye is still cooning. I don't care nothing. I understand free speech and free thought. I get it, and I'm with it. But I'm still gonna listen to the album though. All right, so here's what I like. At first, I had the similar thoughts as you, Danae. But when I actually stepped back away from Twitter and Facebook and stopped listening to other people or whatever, so I broke it down. He didn't say slavery was a choice. He said it sounds like a choice, which you can say that's semantics, but it's not the same thing, though.
It's saying as he said it was.
Exactly, because that denotes it was past tense. That definitely people made choices to be slaves, which I think that's nuts.
Yeah, I get
it. Talking about shadow slavery, that's
when you
nuts.
think about it, I think it's a funny thing that he alludes to it in that way. I remember when I watched the movie The Butler, and it pissed me off because it reminds me of there are people mentally like, oh man, Massa was so good to us. Massa got us fed, and we got us some bathhouses, and we got clothes on our backs. Man, Massa was good.
Now here's the other thing. He said 400 years. So when you count, it's 2018 right now. So you count back 400 years and back in the past would be what, around 16, 18. So from 16, 18 all the way up until now, I think what he was really trying to say is like right now, if you still a slave, that is a choice.
Yeah.
Because you ain't in no physical bondage right now. Like mentally,
exactly.
if you still a slave in 2018, you're a slave by choice. And
I agree.
if he's saying that, then I'm with 100%.
Yeah, if he's saying that, I agree with him.
There's some coons running around.
Yes, yes. I think he just should have found his word choice a little bit differently. Like I said,
Definitely
what made sense in Kanye's head did not come out correctly.
Exactly.
I could see where he was going with it. Like, okay, I can follow you a little bit, but then he got started on the side. I'm like, okay, you lost me.
Yeah, when dealing with a person like Kanye, you have to always have like a double consciousness. You gotta be able to see different sides of things because if you don't, a person is creative
free thinking.
Appears to be as crazy as Kanye. His stuff gonna go over your head, or you just gonna misinterpret his stuff a lot of times. Cause like I could tell, like he the type of dude, he got like 5 million things running through his head. You can tell like by looking at this dude.
Bipolar, low key.
That's what I was. There's
nothing crazy there.
Probably.
When he off his
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and that's another thing I think a lot of people overlooking. Like, it could be like some either mental issue problems or like in the Charlemagne interview, he admitted to being on meds even up until this point because he said the doctors, they had subscribed to him some medications. Now, he said he wasn't taking as many or as much as they wanted him to, but he did say he was still taking, this amount of, throughout the week or whatever. So I think like people overlook that and like so ready to jump on him saying he crazy without like actually taking into account like mental illness and all this drug culture, which me and Janae, we already talked about with J. Cole's KOD album.
We already talked about that. We already
talked
about that.
But y'all, that shit going over y'all heads because it's funny, like almost a week later, you find out Kanye West is on opiates or whatever medication, these freaking pill pushing medication. I mean, doctors and stuff be pushing, especially to Black and brown people. People like overlook that stuff all the time, and it's crazy. But the world is crazy, and the truth is stranger than fiction most of the time. So I just take it for what it is.
I think we are at a time where we have to formulate our own thoughts, and in an era where social media rules everything, you have to formulate your own opinions, and it's so hard to do that when you have to. Hello, Cole.
Yeah, but
But it's I ain't about Kanye. Anybody think about Kanye?
Yeah, I'm still interested in hearing this album. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Don't be mad at me. I want to hear what the man got to say. I want to hear what he's got to say.
If this ain't leading to something, I'm extremely let down. Super anticlimactic.
I
agree.
Doing all this romantic stuff just to promote his album. No, I ain't gonna lie about that. I think he is doing that to promote his album.
I'm gonna be pissed if this album ain't hot. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Like the Kid Cudi, Tiana Taylor, Pusha T, whoever. It all better be good.
And all that stuff apparently too.
It better be magnificent.
I mean, okay, so getting back to what I was saying, kind of tying into like what I said with Lady Liberty, it being a French concept or a French idea, right? Okay, if you look at Kanye videos, you look at like the video The Power, or you look at a lot of the different stuff he does, it has this quote unquote Illuminati feel to it. And when I say Illuminati, I don't want y'all to be like, oh, he talking about some secret government cult society. I want you to do your research on like Adam Weishaupt and the Bavarian Illuminati of 1776 and what it stood for. It was about you not being mentally or in any type of way imprisoned by the way people thought. It was about separating the idea of church from government. It was about people not being slaves. It was about being a free thinker. It was about the Enlightenment, the French Revolution. These ideas were the core precepts that got a lot of people killed during this era. And this is what Kanye is wearing as his vanguard. Now, whether he's doing this in the best way, I mean, it's definitely up for debate. I never in the history of ever would try to align myself with somebody. Like, for instance, back in World War II, Gandhi wrote letters to Hitler, right? And he talked about German nationalism. And when Gandhi talked about German nationalism, he quasi-celebrated it in the idea of, okay, look at what Germans felt about themselves after World War I, and then how the whole esteem and psyche of a German man was rebuilt by Hitler and Stalin by World War II. Now, the way that they built up the psyche of a German man, saying that they were better than other people and that they were this elite supreme race chosen by God, that's not a good tactic at all. But Gandhi being an ambassador of peace and love, and his approach to Hitler was, hey, you need to build up your people. You need to teach pride in some aspect of nationalism, but at the same time to make your love of self mean that you have to sacrifice the livelihood and standards and morale of other people is never a good trade-off. And I think Hitler, for lack of better comparison, wants to be the proverbial Gandhi to the Hitler that is Trump.
Yeah, that's a mouthful right there.
I mean, when you put it like that, I see where you're going though.
Yeah,
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Now, whether he's doing it or he's not doing it, I think that's his
intention. That's the question.
Well,
his intention.
Here's my last question about this whole Kanye fiasco or whatever that's been going on. My question is, yes, it's cool. Kanye's got all these free thoughts or whatever. He's a free thinker and everything. But my main concern really is the people around him and like the quote unquote handlers. And when I'm talking about the people around him, I'm talking about the Kardashians and the Jenners. Like, how do y'all feel about, like, is that something we need to be paying more close attention to? Because it's easy to get distracted because Kanye is such a loud personality. It's easy to forget about the Kardashians sometimes. And that's crazy to think about as much stuff they've been doing. But I think Kanye, you remember that commercial that I think it was that
Kobe Bryant. Remember that Kobe Bryant commercial where Kobe was talking to Kanye? He was like, "Are you a different animal and the same beast?" And Kanye said, "No, Kobe, that don't make sense." I think he's dealing with that concept right now. Are you a different animal and the same beast, Kanye? Are you the same person that was, and when he get on, he leave your full white girl? And now I feel like this Kanye, he is the same Kanye, but I think this Kanye would tell you something like, I think race is a construct used to divide us socially. That is not even
true because that was created.
Which is true. Which is true.
You know, such and such white, such and such black. Is we are the human species and we are human beings. And I think that's something that the new Kanye would say that would maintain some sense of consistency with the gold digger, you know, era Kanye.
Your thoughts, Janae, and we can end this segment on Kanye.
I don't know. I mean, to be 100 with you. Like I said, I don't wait on the album. All this better be leading to a fire album in June. Kanye. And like I said, I don't think it has. I won't say it doesn't have much to do with the Kardashian Jenner clan because I will say that who you're around has a big influence on how you think and how you move, and especially when you have children involved. You know, so the fact about Kanye's free thinking concept, I like it, but I also don't like it. But it's like the Kardashian Jenner clan, I feel like they pride on black men and black women in general. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they sink their claws into black men.
Lamar Odom, Reggie Bush, Ray J.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they sink their claws into black men. And to see them get their hands on a man like Kanye. And to see them get their hands on a man like Kanye, you know, and all that he had done prior to being with Kim Kardashian, it's kind of sad. So yeah, you do have to question the team around them. Your wife has a big influence on you. You know, little do people want to admit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just worried. Like, if something bad happens to him, God forbid he end up dying soon, or like within the next 10 years or something like that. I'm afraid they gonna take his catalog. And the same way I was upset about when he died. The main thing I was like, bro, they coming for that man's catalog just like they did with Michael Jackson. I'm worried because Kanye is definitely the artist that probably got tons of music just stored away, just waiting to be released or unreleased if he so chooses. And that's what worries me, you know, which is why I think when is like black dudes gonna figure out the Kardashians are not a good look, bro.
Bro, I hope they don't get my dude Travis, man. Travis.
Like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's obvious their energy is off, bro. I'm just saying. That's just me, but you know.
Kardashian karma.
The Kardashian curse. The Black Widow.
We gonna move on into our next segment. Royce the 5'9", he just dropped a new album called The Book of Ryan. And me personally, I loved it. I loved his last album, Layers. So I knew I was gonna probably rock with this because before he was doing promo and stuff, he was talking about how he was gonna be a little more introspective or whatever, looking back on his past life and stuff. I was like, dang, what he got to say, and he said it. So I liked it. I'm ready to hear what you guys.
That's the one with caterpillars on it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Bruh. I mean, well, of course, Royce always been a GOAT in my eyes when it comes to just his delivery. He is definitely a beast. Anybody that can halfway keep up in a lyrical foot race with Eminem is a GOAT. And Eminem would even tell you that Royce is a beast. So I feel like Royce is definitely fierce. Caterpillar, I believe, was one of my favorite tracks off of his newest project. I loved his delivery on there. I loved a lot of the metaphors alluding to the whole older generation being a butterfly, the younger generation being caterpillars, and attacking the beauty and the nostalgia that a lot of the old heads and OGs have put up. So I think that was just a cool play on terminology, and I liked it. Overall, what's the scale? We giving out of 10?
I was gonna wait to the end, but you can go ahead.
Oh no, I'll wait.
All right, Janae. Janae, did you get a chance to listen all the way through?
Yes, I did, and I loved it.
Have you heard Royce?
I loved
before?
it, but I found myself. I heard Royce when you sent me the song that he did with Cole. And I had heard of Royce before, but I never really explored him too much. Yeah, Bob LeBeau. And I heard of him, but I never really explored him too much, never really had the time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm actually listen to it.
You got to check out Bam.
And I really didn't enjoy it. Uh-oh. Here y'all go. One of my favorite tracks was Dumb. I kept listening to Dumb over and over and over again. And I'm like, okay, I need to look at the lyrics. So I listened to it as a man. Beautiful song. Probably my favorite song. So I would give it a thumbs up. I loved it.
All right. Well, you already got into your favorite tracks. Mine was Bob Boat, what was it? Caterpillar, of course. That was just a lyrical onslaught. I was like, why didn't you do this on your last album? I was so mad.
I almost fell out of love with Eminem. He my favorite rapper, and his last 3 albums I was like, what are you doing?
What is this M been? But that's another topic. And then Dumb. Those are my 3 favorite tracks right there. Like, bro, man, did you go over your favorite tracks, Tono?
I didn't get to hear the whole thing.
Okay.
I didn't get to hear the whole thing. But so far, I agree with her. I like Dumb. I love Caterpillar because, I'm an Eminem fan. So, of course, I'm going to like the song with M on it. I didn't get through the whole thing. But from what I heard, I think I only heard like 5 or 6 of the songs. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I listened to it at least like about 2.5 times. So, or whatever. So, right now, the rating I would give it, I would say it's an 8.5. solid 8.5.
Gotcha.
Okay.
From what I get, I give it. From what I heard, I give it a 7.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Cool. So we on to album swap. So this, Tono, this is a segment that me and Janae do. We trade off albums between each other, albums that we haven't heard or listened to or whatever. So it gets a little interesting, especially this time. Janae, I don't we just gonna get into it. Janae, go and tell them what album swap you gave to me for this week.
So I was struggling a little this week. I'm not gonna lie, because I was moving and everything, and so I was vibing to some funk music. Funk is my favorite genre, and so I was like, I'm gonna give him a funk CD. So I gave him Confunction, the greatest hits, short, sweet, and to the point. It was about what, 12 songs? I think it was
Something like that. Hold on.
something
I
like
think
that.
it was about
Something like that. But it's like 3 or 4 of my favorite songs in the world on that one album. So I'm like, oh, Jonathan is going to hate me for this. So with that being said, was it 12?
What was it, Tono? Yeah,
12.
12. Yeah, it was 12.
12.
Yeah, I mean,
So I knew you would hate me. So I was like, I got to do it.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't mad. I was like, this is so random. I was like, okay, this is like, dang, she went back in time. I was like, this cool. I like funk too. You know, I'm down with the funk or whatever.
I always been a George Clinton fan. So
yeah, me too. Yeah,
Man.
What's his name? Dang, I forget it. Boosie Collins.
Parliament, Boosie Collins.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
Boosie. Yeah. But I mean, I never listened to any of the albums. I've heard some of their hit songs, so I was like, they got the collection of probably like their greatest hits on this album. So I was like, it's gonna be good. That's why I wasn't mad. I was just like, this is so random. Why she do that? But yeah, this is cool. Definitely cool if you into the genre of funk. And honestly, if you listen to hip hop, I don't understand why you couldn't be into funk. Cause
my point. It's so many funk influences.
Some of his bases come to funk,
Yeah.
and disco and all that.
Man, after I do this segment, I got an album y'all both gotta go listen to.
What's that?
It's hella. It's actually like a blues folk album, and it's called Holly, and it's by Justin Nazuka. A lot of people know him by his song called "Save Him." It was a song about a abusive husband beating on his wife and killing his wife, his son, and himself. And it's like, man, and it's like the whole song she's praying, saying, save him from the hand that he beats me on. Because she's so scared by her own rage that she doesn't even see his rage as a threat. She's worried about her hurting him.
That's wild.
I was like, man, this is...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like hip-hop is an interesting genre because it takes from all those other genres, blues, rock and roll,
definitely, I think it's my favorite singer, probably.
Funk, you know. So yeah, I mess with it or whatever. Like I said, what was my favorite songs on here? Let me go through. But my favorite songs, this got to be probably Love's Train.
Come on.
Let's see. Ladies Wild. I like that one.
Really?
Yeah, Make It Last. I mean, I like most of these.
Straight from the Heart is like my top 10 favorite songs.
Straight from the Heart, yeah.
Straight from the Heart.
Love on
and
Your
Make
Mind.
It Last.
Yeah, Love on Your Mind. I like that. Like I said, I like most of the album. But yeah, for you, I think what did I give you?
You did Kambada.
Oh, Kambada, the Holy Ghost.
You told me to listen to that.
Yeah. There's another lyrical miracle artist I like or whatever. I think you should really listen to him, Tano, because he be talking about.
Yeah, if you like lyrical, you like influences, you will really enjoy Kambada.
Yeah, especially this EP. It's called The Holy Ghost. But yeah, Janae, you can tell them about your experience with it.
I liked it. It was 57 minutes, so he almost lost me on concentration here. It's not a long album, but not a long EP, but it was cool. Lyrically, the man is genius. But for me personally, I have to be in the mood to listen to something lyrical and open up my mind. I need to concentrate on it. So since I didn't have a lot of time to actually concentrate and sit down and listen and pick word for word and look at all the lyrics exactly, I think a lot of it went over my head. So I'm gonna sit down and I'm not even gonna lie, some of it probably went over my head. So I'm gonna sit down and listen to it again when I actually have time to concentrate. At first this flow was a little bit choppy, but I was like, not really, because I can obviously tell that he's from New York by the way that he flows. I mean, but was he battle rap? Did he ever battle rap?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably has experienced battle rapping before.
It's hard for battle rappers to make choruses.
Yeah. But another thing, I like the beats.
Yeah,
using
like some of them kind of remind me of battle rapping a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, the beat. Yeah, beat selection was on point.
Okay. Yeah. His producer is called Black Magic. I like. Yeah, yeah, they kind of give me the Eric B and Rakim type of feel, like how you know how tight knit they are over there. I think his producer produces tracks tailor made for him, and I liked that.
I agree. Yeah, his beat selection was on point. I give that 100. Honestly, truly. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So Tono, give it a listen.
I definitely will. I think you had sent me one of his videos on YouTube. He definitely is a lyrical miracle, empirical, sent from the imperial type. He one of them.
Yeah, I was trying to think. He did a video for this EP, The Holy Ghost. I think it was either Black Magic or Mayweather. I can't remember which video he put out. I like the video too. But if you get a chance, everybody listening, you can go check that out. It's on YouTube and stuff. It's not that hard to find. Just look up Cambatta. That's spelled, what is it spelled? Cambatta. Cambatta. But yeah, that's our album swap. Now, one gotta go. This is like our favorite segment. Tono. It's simple. One gotta go. Whatever,
Looking at the list, I already got mine.
Oh, wow.
I already got mine. Go ahead, keep going.
One gotta go. We're gonna start off with the hip-hop section. We got 4 albums, hip-hop albums. So first one, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music by 2 Chainz. Hendrix, this is Future's, I think that was his latest album he put out. Culture, Migos, the first Culture, not the second one. And then for the last one, Blank Face LP by my boy Schoolboy Q. So yeah, since you, Mr. Tono, already got yours, how about you start?
Right, let you go first.
Go ahead, get this shit off your chest.
I know I'm shooting myself in the foot, me being an artist, but I just can't get jiggy with Culture. Like, I'm so over Migos. Migos, they're ingenious because they figured out an algorithm and a step process.
They did. They figured out a cheat code. Yes, they did.
This is the taste. Yep. This is the taste. This is the taste. Told them. I told them this is the taste. Yeah. I want to taste with Jay. Yeah. I want to taste with Janae. Yeah.
The ad-libs are untouchable. The ad-libs been untouchable since Versace.
Yeah.
I was like,
untouchable.
Dude.
Versace?
Producer head on me like, I'm a Minati. Oh.
Like, I don't know. Me, I'm never going to be the type of person that hate on anybody for chasing their dream because, like I say, I am a free thinker and I love Kanye is one of my favorite artists, so I'm never gonna tell somebody that they art isn't art or it isn't reputable or great in its own right. But what they've done is they've just ingeniously come up with a algorithm and said we're gonna stick to the algorithm. We gonna get some auto-tune and either D minor or C major. We gonna put a through the wall phaser on the voice. We're gonna get a nice poppy trap beat, and we gonna we gonna ad lib the heck out of it. And they just, like I said, that's their thing. And it's like, man, I just can't take no more of it because every song sound the same, man. I listen.
I will give you that on Culture too.
What'd you say?
Culture 2, I would give you. Every song sounded the same except for 2 Player by 2 Chainz. Other than me, I thought I was listening to the same song for 20 minutes. I looked at my phone like, what am I listening to?
Stir fry.
Stir fry cool. I like the chorus to stir fry. But stir fry as a whole, nah.
Oh, yeah, Culture 2, it was, they probably.
We didn't ask for Culture 2. They could have kept that.
They should have kept it to like 10 to 12 tracks. If they did that,
they shouldn't have dropped it. I honestly think they could have waited. I was talking to someone else about this. They could have waited on Culture 2. We could still jam from Culture. Culture didn't do nothing but drop in January of 2017. It's what, May?
Right in the Culture 1 wave.
Yeah,
and
then they should stay right there.
Queen time.
Yeah,
nobody
exactly.
would have tripped.
I agree. Culture 2 should have been an album. We didn't ask for it.
Fun fact, before I even knew or tripped off of Migos' album being called Culture, I put a song on the Trump tape called Culture. So a song on my newest project is called Culture.
They stole your idea.
It was,
they stole the stuff. They put it out in the They put it out in the universe.
I ain't even trip off of it. Well, they had Culture 1 out before this, but I got a dope little song called Culture. I'm gonna make sure it's on the Trump tape. I'm gonna let the whole project out. I let Lady Liberty out already, but the whole project gonna be out sometime this week.
Wow.
Okay. Jonathan, go next. Which one of yours got to go?
This is actually tough. I ain't gonna lie.
We're not gonna be friends. You say Schoolboy Q.
No,
okay.
no.
I was about to say.
No, what I was about to say.
I'm deleting the number. Don't invite me on the podcast. No, I'm just messing with you.
No. What I was about to do, process of elimination.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Going by the untouchable Schoolboy Q, Blank Face. Bruh, if you've been sleeping on this album, I don't know what you've been doing with your life. The Blank Face,
right.
Bro, that was probably the best album I felt like came out in 2016, but that was neat.
That was good.
So,
yeah.
And I really messed with 2 Chainz Pretty Girls Love Trap.
Woo! Pretty Girls Love Trap music.
I only did like maybe about 2 or 3 songs. Like one of them being that Nicki Minaj joint. That was trash. She was doing too much singing and auto-tuning on that one. I was like, what are you doing, Nicki? Then it come down to Future and Migos.
Future.
I'm gonna have to agree with Tono. Culture gotta go. I love Hendrix, man. I love that. And I know a lot of people did not like Hendrix. I love them.
It was dope. It was different.
I like this.
Speaking of Future, random side thought. What the heck happened to Designer?
Man, you know that man just turned 21 the other day.
The clone disappeared. Attack of the Clones, man.
That's what I'm saying. You're a clone for a reason, but he's not built to last.
Yep.
Hey, it works sometimes because Roscoe Dash show did still Soulja Boy swag and run with
but
it.
But he just still died though. I mean, he had about a 2-year run maybe.
Some people run out and reinvent themselves. I mean, but you know, there's a lot of Lil Wayne clones out there.
Yeah, Lil Uzi and all that.
He got so many clones. His clones got clones.
That's nuts. Yeah.
That's how many Wayne clones there is.
That's true.
Yeah. Man, I low-key miss Roscoe Dash, though. Don't do that.
ROSCO is the
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Roscoe was kind of nice.
Roscoe was popping when Roscoe was popping.
Yeah.
Give him his credit.
I miss Wale, man.
I do too.
First of all, y'all slept on Wale's Yeah, I ain't even gonna go in on y'all on Wale. Not today. Nah.
Yeah, let's not get into that. But yeah, Janae, what got to go for you?
I also did process of elimination. Schoolboy Q was not being touched. Pretty Girls Love Trap music was not being touched. So it came down to Hendrix and Culture. And surprisingly, Culture had to go.
Dang.
Hey, it's a done deal.
I told you what I was
Culture had to go. Culture had to go. That wasn't a hard choice.
Culture, I was like, that's gonna be mine. And then I went back and reread. I was like, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at this. I was like, Culture. Okay, cool. And I went on about my day. It wasn't me. I didn't need to go back and listen to any of them. I just kind of just knew. And with me not being like that big of a Future fan, I did enjoy Hendrix. So I was like, yeah, Culture had to go. And I think also what helped too is that when I saw Migos in person, what was that, last weekend, I wasn't impressed. So it was like, yeah, you got to go. But I know someone that had a totally different experience than I did. I said, okay, maybe it was just my experience. I'll give them another try. But their stage presence to me was lacking. But I don't know if it was because it was just a lot going on. They had a long day. Something was going on with their sound. So they just like, I wanted to get on stage. But yeah, everybody has a bad day. But all in all, hey, Culture had to go.
Yeah, so it's a consensus, Migos, all you Migos fans, I'm sorry we disappointed y'all right now, but it is what it is.
We disappointed the Migos.
Yeah.
They doesn't know what I'm feeling like I'm a hero.
Huh?
Hitting these dudes with the Thanos. Got it all over my head. Man, I'm selling contraband. Pull up in the new van.
Oh, dear.
Man, I got the rims lit. Culture.
So for the R&B section, what we got today for the R&B one gotta go?
You gotta list them off because my iPad is down. You got to list them off.
All right. So Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller. We got Finn by Sid.
Dang, this gonna be hard.
Process by Sampha. And Free by Six. Oh, well, Free Six Black or whatever you call themselves. Six Black.
I don't know what it is. I always say Six Black, and then I gotta go back and reread it.
I thought it was Six Black.
I know it's Black.
Whatever you are.
It's just black, ain't it?
I don't know. Why would you put a six?
It's black.
Confusing. I don't get it, but
it is. It's for a lowercase b. It's like a lowercase b.
Yeah. No, it don't.
Symbolism. Symbolism.
I don't know, but who wanna start this off? Because I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know, y'all.
All right, okay, one of them I don't know, so it's not fair for me.
Anybody say Trap Soul gotta go, we ending the podcast.
No, what's the song off of that?
Nobody Knows Me Better Than My Piano, that joint. What's
Dang,
that
I'm
song?
not hip. That's all bad.
Dang, bro. You gotta listen to Sampha, bro.
Sweet.
Woo.
Woo.
So you already know for me, Sampha ain't going nowhere.
Sampha is staying.
Yeah, bro.
I agree.
We might have to
wait, we might have to actually play a song or something so I can actually get my opinion first.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. What song should I play? Blood on Me, No One Knows Me Like My Piano, Under, Incomplete Kisses.
Hey.
What should I play, Janae?
Ooh, Incomplete Kisses. Incomplete Kisses.
All right.
Go ahead.
We'll play a little bit for Tono here.
Ooh, that's plush. Got the soulful in it.
TV keeps glitching. The light is the now, the portals are lit, and somehow you step out.
I'm anxious for the chorus now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of Bonnie Vare.
I haven't heard him.
Bonnie Vare, I'm lost in the woods.
I love that song.
I don't know him. But yeah, I think that's enough for you.
That is he dope.
That's enough.
Oh, yeah. So,
Janae, you agree with me on that though? Don't that kind of remind you of Bonnie Vare?
Yes,
Like
it does.
how he does that through the wall vocoder effect.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Sampha ain't going nowhere. We just gonna get that off.
Yeah, Sam ain't going nowhere.
It come down to Bryson Tiller, Trap Soul, Finn by Sid, and Free Black or whatever by Black.
Here's got Man, I was got high.
So who going, y'all? I think I
mine
know.
is
I'll go.
I know who.
I'll go.
I was about to say that.
It's gonna have to be.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Sid isn't going nowhere because Finn was good.
Okay.
Sid got this.
Okay.
Sanford not going nowhere.
Obviously, yeah.
Who I got? I got Trap Soul and I got
You got
Black.
Black. Yeah.
shit.
It's hard, ain't it?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go Free Black.
Dang, I knew she was gonna do that.
Sorry, Trap Soul.
Dang, bro.
No, I can't do that.
Trap Soul has nostalgia. I'm sorry.
In defense, Black is
I'm
kind of
sorry.
hip hop.
He
And if
is.
y'all say Sid got to go, we end the podcast.
But I'm talking like
Oh,
before
my bad, Charlie.
before yesterday, I was gonna go with Black. But I listened to all these albums except for Sanford's project because I already knew that was untouchable. But
You already knew
So
that
I
was
listened
saying.
to Trap Soul. I listened to Finn, and then I listened to Free Black as well. And I was like, dang. At first I was going with Black, but C gotta go.
What?
Sid gotta go,
C
man.
gotta go. I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Sid
said
gotta
it.
go.
C gotta go. I'm gonna give you
Well,
my reasoning.
Go ahead.
Artistically, Free.
I'm about to hang up. I'm about to disconnect.
Artistically, it was better.
I got the disconnect. I got to go.
And I can understand. Maybe some people may feel with Black, you got to be in the mood to listen to this album.
Yes, you have
But
to be.
Here's the problem. His album, I feel, is more cohesive though. It's more cohesive
flows.
than Finn's. Sid's project, Finn. Yeah, within Finn project, it has some lows to me. Like I was like, bro, like especially the back half of the album. I was like, bro, like this mark started off cool, but I was like, bro, she tailing off. I was like, I think she gotta go. Sorry, Janae.
Nah, I ain't.
You outnumbered, Janae.
I don't know. Me, I feel like a lot of the new contemporary R&B I'm not really liking. So it's I'm coming from a place where I don't really like SZA that much. I don't like Sid.
I can give you scissor.
What?
I don't like what's that?
Do you
other
listen to
person
Daniel
name?
Caesar?
Daniel Caesar is cool.
Okay, I was about to say, bro. I was like, you about to
That man is phenomenal.
from this
I mean,
podcast.
No, cause like
Right, you got to go if you want to mess with Daniel Caesar.
I listen. I don't want to be that artist, and I know I had some pitfalls, especially with Salah Salom. Like I remember, it's like 2 or 3 songs on my project that wasn't mixed, and for the trained music person, they'd definitely be like, my project had some pitfalls, so I could relate to not having something executed all the way you want it to be. But from the standpoint of, I think a lot of contemporary R&B is more so about you having empathy and a certain feeling than it is about your ability to sing. That being said, my first thing that I knew wasn't going nowhere was actually Bryson Tiller.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Woo!
From an emotion standpoint,
Boy.
like when I tell you, like me and my girlfriend be on some couple stuff on Instagram. You can even go through my Instagram. We got all videos to Bryson Tiller songs. Give me all of you in exchange for me, and I'll sing it.
For me.
He make people that can't cook feel like they can sing. Like, you mess around
bro.
and be all off in the shower singing.
Yeah.
That dude, man, I thought he invented a genre.
Go.
Like, this is gonna be a new
Trap
genre,
soul.
man.
Like,
this is like
I don't know which song I like better, Rambo or that song Exchange or Don't. Like I like that song Rambo.
Rambo was bomb. Rambo
I didn't think he could rap until I listened to Rambo. I was like, boy, I was like, he actually kind of spitting for an R&B artist. I was like, bro, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't want to overload the podcast, but I have an album after I let out Trump Tape in the around, I want to say August. I'm dropping a project I'm dedicating to my daughter called Parables from Paradise. And I'm gonna sing y'all the single is actually called Angel's Lullaby. It's a song about my daughter, and it's a real dope joint. But I'm gonna send it to y'all. Maybe y'all can bring me back on another time. Oh, play that joint.
Yes.
I accidentally. All right, we gonna be here all day if we listen to Bryson Tiller Trap Soul.
Woo.
Yeah, that. Woo.
That's the
Yeah.
joint.
Yeah. So the consensus is, Sid got to go with that album. Finn. Sorry, Janae.
Nostalgic.
All you Sid fans, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I might have picked it back if her album was more cohesive. I'm just saying, but it is what it is. I still love Sid though. I'm still a fan.
Didn't the internet just drop something this past week? I think the internet just dropped something this past week.
I didn't hear anything, and I
think she did. I get her notifications on Twitter.
See,
I think they did.
Even with the internet, like,
I
don't know. Like, I mean, I guess I'm used to like so many of the Aretha Franklins and Tina Turners. It's hard
getting those no more, bro.
It's hard for me to
understand we're done.
The new female singer that's not like just singing her butt off on some Mariah Carey stuff. Like I can't.
Mariah Carey, not even Mariah Carey.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's hard for me to.
That was ignorant.
Understand. It's more like spoken word or something with these new female artists. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Can sing though. Have you listened to her? And what's that other?
She could sing.
Yeah. Now her is good.
You talking about singing?
We talking about sang. We
talking about
like
that church
when she
singing.
Her can sing.
Feel that deep down.
Her can sing, but she can't sing.
Right.
You talking about that? You know.
Her can sing, but she can't sing.
But back in the day,
what makes her so good though?
I'll give you a better one. I'm talking about that Amos Isaac and Rapture type shit from St. Louis, when they used to be at all the different evangelist churches. Yeah. Shout out to Amos, shout out to Rapture. But I mean, I'm talking about like, you know, like people when they used to sing back in the day, it was like you felt their heart in a song. Yeah. Like I think the only
listen to her. If you want to, I'm telling you, SZA. People overhype SZA's CD in my opinion, and I like SZA. I like SZA. But that album was overhyped.
No.
It was overhyped.
Hey, the side chick anthem.
This girl had me on Facebook mad about that. Janae, this girl on Facebook said she gonna have all y'all kids. Your dad is my dad. That's my dad too.
She is. You come get your kid Monday, Thursday. You gonna come see mine on the weekend. Ain't no SZA gonna have y'all out here pregnant and single. Pregnant and single.
Hey,
keep messing with SZA.
Choosing to be slaves. SZA is a choice.
I'm just saying. Yeah, listen to her if you want to be in love. Listen to her.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, definitely check them out, bro. Like her, Daniel Caesar, all them.
Woo!
Yeah, Ari Lennox too. I fuck with Ari.
Ari Lennox.
Yeah. Ari
Lennox. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
So all right. What we getting into now, Jonathan? What's the next segment?
Final thoughts. We talked about Nicki Minaj on our earlier episodes. I just wanted to go over her 2 videos that she dropped this weekend. Did y'all get a chance to check them joints out?
I think the last thing I seen of Nicki was that song she got with Young Thug. With the
that was all last year, I think. That's
the last thing I seen of Nicki.
Yeah.
No, wait, I did see the video of the motorsport too, which I think.
Yeah, that's old too.
Yeah.
So you missed her.
Yeah, I'm tired of motorsport. I heard one more thing about a motorsport.
Definitely, that's if man, that's Bay right there.
You mess with her like that,
man.
I ain't been on Nicki since after the pink print. I was off Nicki. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. I fell in love with Nicki when it was late in the game, but when she hit that monster verse, I was like, dang.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was on Nicki after she dropped that verse on Superstar Chick with Yo Gotti and them.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, okay. I was hearing all the hype, and I was like, once I heard that, I was like, okay, she got bars. I ain't gonna lie. She got bars. And then the monster, that's when it really blew up.
Yeah.
That monster, when she outdid Jay and Kanye.
I was like,
yeah, she did. She amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
I haven't watched the videos, but like I said, I like the visuals. So I like the cover art and stuff for the 2 singles. So I'm gonna look at them this week. I mean, but if it's just her ass out, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I was about to say not. I don't think it was.
I'm tired of seeing her booty,
I think it
dog.
was the other song.
I'm tired of
Oh
seeing.
wait, is Chung Lee one of them?
Yeah, Chung Lee.
Okay, I did.
That's the one
Chun-Li.
with her booty out, so you probably not gonna like
So I
that.
can play the
Janae.
black guy, Chung Lee.
Yeah, that got on my nerves.
Yeah,
Just rap, bro.
yeah. They get on their fucking keyboard. Yeah, it's getting too much.
Chung Lee.
Yeah, it's getting too much. I do like Chun-Li.
It was
I
kind
do
of
like Chun-Li,
and I'm gonna say the same thing.
I like
you said
it,
about Migos.
but I'm really not looking forward.
Oh my bad, I didn't mean to talk over you. Go ahead.
What'd you say, Janae?
I said, if it's just her booty out, bro, I'm not about to mess with it. I mean, and I like Chun-Li. I love the song Chun-Li, but I don't want to watch the video and then it messes up the song for me. You know,
Man, she
but
they definitely. I like that joint. I like that joint. Chung Lee is crazy. Actually,
yeah, Chun-Li is.
I don't know if it's out yet, but I seen a performance of this. Tiffany Fox got a song called Kim Jae-young that's dope as heck.
I haven't heard that.
I'm telling you, I think it's a video of her performing it with Lil Kim. If y'all get to check it out, if you like Chung Lee, you would definitely like this new Tiffany Fox joint. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna try to check it out. If not, just send me the link, man. Send me the link.
Starting to feel like Kim Jae-young.
Yeah.
And you look like Donald Trump. So I'm killing anything, everything, anyone. It's like they wasn't from where I'm from. She killed that.
Mm. So talking about music videos, we're gonna talk about Donald Glover's new music video. I think he dropped it today. If not today, it was late Saturday. But I checked it out today. And I just seen it just scrolling on social media. Like people was like, this man, Donald Glover's a genius. I'm like,
genius.
I was like, what? And then I checked it out. I was like,
okay.
Damn. I was like, okay. Where is he going with this? But yeah, where was y'all thoughts?
I feel like I'm gonna judge it in segments. I feel like lyrically it could have been some more substance to it.
Yeah.
He could have gave us some meat with
I
it.
agree.
He just gave me some broth. All he gave me was some soup. I was looking for some meat, especially it being the lyrical genius that is Childish Gambino. We looking at this is one of the Lil Wayne clones. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the Lil Wayne babies. I expect more from the Tunchi babies. But I think lyrically it wasn't there, but from a video aspect, with a lot that's going on, with a lot of the, you know what, just pay attention to this. Don't look at the man behind the veil. I think that definitely was played out dope. And I like, you know, the end and the climax where he talks about, hey, you know, y'all owe me followers. I've been doing this, you know, just for the publicity, and I ain't get the publicity. And then showed that cameo of him running with the Young Thug, and then all the Caucasians after him set up looking like industrialists, looking like they were about to come, you know, do whatever bad or ungodly thing to him. So for the visual, I definitely like the visual. But the song as a song, I think outside of the chorus could have been executed a little bit better.
I agree. I agree with everything. I actually agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
To be 100. Lyrically, for me, it was missing. I love the beat selection. I liked how he went back and forth between, like, what to me sounded like it was an African influence.
Yeah.
With the first. Definitely love that influence. And then I like how he shifted into the bass. And I like how he did it back and forth too. I enjoyed it. But for me, what really did it was the video.
Yeah,
video,
I was about to
video
say
was
that,
cold. The
he
song,
went in, how he referenced that Charleston shooting when he went in and shot the choir.
Oh, yeah. There's subliminals right there, yeah. Yeah, for me, really, it was like the opening scene where he dancing and shit. I was like, bro, what the heck is this man on, bro? I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then he takes the gun and shoots the dude in the back of the head that's playing, I think,
This
a
Is
guitar.
America.
I was like, oh snap! I was like, okay, I see
crazy.
I see where the brother going with it now, or whatever.
I think it was definitely. It kind of reminded me of, you remember off of Boondocks, that what's the Uncle Tom figure on Boondocks?
Oh, Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle
Ruckus kind of got that that bug eye look.
Yeah.
That's what that reminded me of when he did that. I don't know that.
Oh, in the beginning,
Forrest Whitaker face. He
Oh,
made the
Lord,
Forrest
yeah.
Whitaker face when he was dancing. He was like,
Forrest Whitaker face.
Hey, I hope they will come get me for that one. I'm sorry. I love Forrest Whitaker and I love his work, but
I mean, I think he
that
got
was the
that.
Forrest Whitaker
Yeah,
face.
yeah. Yeah, his eye got a little bit better, especially in Black Panther. I didn't even notice that sleepy eye. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm dead.
No, hey, I actually went back and was doing for my friend got a film Black History Film Studies class, and they had to watch a lot of different Black films, and they had me watch this movie called The Crying Game with Forrest Whitaker, and I'll never look at Forrest Whitaker the same.
I heard about that
The
movie. I
Crying
have
Game.
yet to watch it.
It got
Me too. I've heard about it.
Oh, remember, I think a long time ago they talked about Tupac was quote unquote homosexual and he dated this transgender dude.
I heard so.
About
I heard
that.
yeah.
So
I
the
have
dude
heard
that they speculated about in the whole Tupac ramble, he plays a girl that's in love with Forrest Whitaker in this movie, and you think it's a girl until there's a scene where the she ends up going to have a sexual encounter with this Caucasian dude that was doing research on how Forrest Whitaker died, and he found out it was a girl because he actually, he saw the genitalia or whatever. But it's crazy because if you look up pictures, dude look like a chick. It's the same. It's the dude that played in 300. That was the Persian king with the earrings.
You talking about Xerxes, the dude that plays?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, old light skinned dude, old light skinned bald dude.
In The Crying Game.
Xerxes.
Oh Lord.
And
okay.
I'm telling you, you would think this was a straight chick had you not known. It was
man. Yeah, I might have to check that movie out. I
man.
remember watching a movie similar to that in my English class back in high school. I think it was my AP English course. We watched a movie similar to that dealing with transgender and the relationships people had with transgender people.
What we watch?
I don't know. I thought weren't you in Miss Rachi class with me tonight?
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the movie, but it was a transgender or whatever. Or yeah, it looked like
I had to been asleep that day.
When they took off the clothes, we saw the ding dong. We was like,
oh,
that was the first time we was really introduced to trans. Oh yeah. That was the first time we was introduced to like the idea of transgender and all that.
It was
I remember what
the actor's name is Jay Davison.
Yeah,
Jay Davison.
Yeah, I remember that in the reaction everybody had. We was all like, bro, what is going on? But yeah, this crazy. We didn't mean to get off on that tangent, y'all.
Right, we sorry, y'all.
But yeah, we gonna finish up with our last final thought. And I recently heard in the news Cardi B is kind of going through some financial issues or whatever as far with her I guess dealing with her album sales or something like that. I think they said she was caught up in a 360 deal.
Dang.
Or something like I think. Don't quote me on that. But I did hear she was having some money issues. I wanted to talk about this just because, we got an artist on here. Definitely. I wanted him to share his thoughts on the whole industry and like how do you think artists are being paid and how does that all work in your mind? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you view these situations with artists?
Well, my situation is definitely a little bit different. I have my own company called Tunnel Technologies, and I do a lot of creative consulting, and it also manages my music. I have a manager and a label proprietor called Clark Wilson Entertainment, and we have a partnership, and that's how we put out my music. I believe, and this always go back to that idea of free thought or whatever. I look at an artist the same way you would look at a business. So the way you look at the Nikes or the Pradas of the world, you are an idea that constitutes a whole industry. So in being that, you have to be careful in letting people get too much equity in your brand. And by getting too much equity in your brand, I allude to the 360 deal. Myself, I wouldn't sign a long time or long tenured deal where somebody has the exclusive right to my ideology, my brand, me touring and basically the whole concept of me as an artist, because a lot of those things, they might not even have nothing to do with. Like, I might jump into a lot of different venues. So I think that's definitely, anytime you jump into something where somebody has that much control or collateral in your brand, you make sure it's only for a small window of time. You don't give nobody the license to just pretty much make you their slave. Like, that's why I believe Prince had that album or that picture where he had slave written on his head, because he was feeling that relationship where he was mandated to do certain things because of the label. So,
Warner Brothers, let y'all know.
So I mean, speaking on that situation, or speaking on 360 deals, or exclusive relationships where a label manipulates your business as whatever your brand entails, I think those endeavors are definitely hard to get out of, and because of that very reason, you got to figure out what's a win-win for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying, you know, it's all bad, because the label got to recoup their money. They putting a lot of front money up. They doing videos. They flying you places, and you know, it's only good business and right that they get their money. But it's a certain point where
artists be getting raped financially. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because they don't understand.
Yeah, no, for real.
You have to be a business.
They don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Like a person that I respect a lot is Yo Gotti. And the reason I respect Yo Gotti a lot, because you do the history, he didn't went from, you know, basically being an artist to being his own boss and kind of revamping a lot of the things. And even the way he does business, he builds artists up with the understanding that, hey, you are a brand ambassador for me. And as an asset and brand ambassador for me, I want to help you and your company get off the ground, because that helps me at the top of the pyramid be even higher.
It's basically a partnership.
Yeah, it's more, like I said, my relationship more so, you know, a win-win, as opposed to some weird multi-level marketing scheme where you at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah, that's why like artists like Nipsey Hussle, and all the way back to back in the 90s with Ice Cube. He was my favorite member of NWA, because he had the balls to jump out of the group, because they was not trying to pay.
It wasn't just all about making money.
Lyrics for most of the group members anyway, him and DOC. So yeah,
it's definitely important to understand the difference between a beat being leased to you or exclusively licensed to you, and who owns the master and all this different stuff. Did somebody do something as a work for hire, or do they need some type of residual because they own certain rights to a song? So, and then get things in writing, y'all. Like, everybody get it in writing. You can't go by just a handshake.
Or get you like somebody that knows the law or whatever. Get a lawyer to read.
Yeah, get a lawyer. Have somebody literally just read over the contract.
It sounds like a bunch of jumbled up stuff to somebody that doesn't know legality and all that, the ins and outs.
Right.
For a lot of people that are looking for legal forms, whether it be like even in your line of work, when you licensing artwork or graphic designs, they have a really cool application by Legal Shield called Forms. It's on Android and Apple. You can just type in Forms by Legal Shield, and it has different forms on lending people money, on licensing artwork, licensing music, licensing the rights to use a specific idea, all this different type of stuff. They have the framework set up, and it's a real plug and play type of app. So for any of the artists, graphic designers, musicians out there that were wondering how to get things written up, that's a cool resource.
Definitely.
Yes.
Nate, did you have any other thoughts on the whole?
I really hope she get her money straightened out. She pregnant.
Yeah.
I really, and is she a new and upcoming artist? And a lot of them get cheated in this way. I mean, you seen it, like you said, particularly in the 90s, Tony Braxton, New Edition, you know what I'm saying? And so many other people. And I would hate to see this leaves a bad taste in their mouths about the music industry as well, because that album was fire, and we don't want that to be a reason why, she decides to leave music altogether. So please give Cardi her check. Please, whatever happened. But that also is important, like you said, to reach a contract too. a lot of artists get in there and they just want to make money, or I just want to make music, and you don't take the time to read your contract. You know, you could be selling your soul to Satan for $3, but you put your name on a dotted line. You know, you signed. So hope she get it straightened out.
Agreed. So let's do our artist of the week. My artist of the week is definitely Royce the 5'9" for this album he just put out. So
yeah, I agree. I agree.
I don't know about you, Tono. What was yours? That you've been listening. I don't know what you've been listening to lately.
I've been listening to some of everything. That's difficult. Oh, my bad. I backed away from the mic. I had been listening to some of everything. I don't know if I could just pick like a straight artist of the week, man. I be all over the place. I'm gonna let her go, and then I'm gonna think about it. And then y'all can come back to me.
Yeah. Janae.
Ooh. Currency. My artist of the week is gonna go to Currency. Yes, he did.
Is it an album or an EP?
And my boyfriend have been listening to him. My boyfriend low-key loves Currency. And yes, and so he put out the new projects a couple weeks ago, and I've been like listening to him. Like he put out like 3, I want to say in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Where have I been? I have not heard this.
Get your life. Get your entire life. So mine's gonna go to Currency. I don't even remember the name of all the projects, but just look him up. He didn't drop so much, and it's phenomenal. So that's where I'm going. I'm going with Currency.
I saw you looking at Ray Schmurder today.
Ray Schmurder. It's Eardrum.
Ray Schmurder.
I might go with Ray Schmurder.
What's in his album?
You like that project, huh?
I mean, it was off and on. I messed with Power Glide. Wait. Can I go with Meek Mill? No, because he ain't actually got a project. He just got the song.
He ain't do nothing. He just got out of jail.
I mean, you can get to him if you want. He's a free black man, I guess, you know.
I mean, I don't know if I'm on my associated with that. Let's see.
I'm dead.
Man. I don't know. I feel impulse is telling me to just go with Cole.
You can go with Cole.
Cole, well, ain't nothing funny. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with Cole.
You're Cole in your life.
Wait, did y'all? Side note.
And I was
side note.
Yeah.
KOD is actually in copyright trouble.
Why?
I don't know, but I saw it on Twitter.
That's Twitter.
But I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, I was about to say
I think we should investigate. I think we should investigate further. But back to you, Tono.
I don't know. It's an exciting time in music. My favorite rock group, Guns N' Roses, got a single out. Like you said with the Childish Gambino, that's out. Mm-hmm. If it was my sister, or not my sister, if it was my cousin Tanaya, she would tell you, she would say Shawn Mendes because he got a new single and she's in love with Shawn Mendes. I can't do the pop music too much, but I think I might stick with the J. Cole. I'm gonna stick with the J. Cole. I'm excited to see what the Guns N' Roses album is gonna be like, and I'm excited to see what Gambino's album is gonna be like.
Yeah. So sleeper album / sleeper songs. I can go first unless you had yours already ready to go, Janae.
I do.
All right. You go ahead.
My sleeper album is gonna be on a cold note. Revenge of the Dreamers 2. It dropped in 2015.
They're going to get tired of you, Janae.
I used to not like J. Cole. I'm going to be honest.
I don't care.
No, it was a girl that I used to date used to compare me to Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole.
What was this? So I could get an idea.
It was frustrating. It was like during the beginning, during the impetus of their career, the genesis. During the beginning of their
about mixtape Cole.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Cole.
Yeah, mixtape Cole. You know, Friday Night Lights Cole.
I got mad because all the time she'd be like, your little raps remind me of J. Cole. I'm like, no.
I am not him.
You
can't compare me me to an up and comer. You better compare me to a goat, goddamn me. You gotta compare me to a goat.
You were so appalled, huh?
I'm so appalled.
On the Kanye note.
Donald Trump stealing dollars from y'all.
Dang.
But yeah, mine would be Revenge of the and still remember when we were talking about Luke last week, that's what Still Slumming was on.
Right.
And I couldn't think of where I heard it was on Revenge of the Dreamers too. So that's gonna be my sleeper album. Folgers Crystals by J. Cole. If y'all ain't listened to it, whoo! Get your life.
Folgers what?
Folgers Crystals. Folgers Crystals.
Okay.
Folgers Crystals.
Gotcha.
That's me. I'm done.
Dang, I straight lost my whole entire thought. It has to be a hip hop album.
No.
I mean, it don't have to be. No.
I think going back to the dude I told you about, the blues singer. No, wait. Okay, well, it's a tie. It's a tie between that album Holly by Justin Azuka. It came out, I think, in like 2011 or something like that, with all them different songs I told you about. It was sad, but it was dope. Like, he has a real cool song called Mr. Therapy Man too. So Justin Azuka's Holly, and I like what's that dude name? He sang Tennessee Whiskey.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, man, that dude's so cold.
Tennessee Whiskey.
For the album, I'm going with the Justin Holly, and for the song Slept On song, I'm going with Tennessee Whiskey. Wow, I gotta look up what artist.
It sounds interesting.
Right, I want to listen to it.
Tennessee Whiskey.
It's like an Etta James vibe to it, but it's a guy. I think his name is Chris.
James?
Chris Stapleton. That's his name. He a country guy. Chris Stapleton. Tennessee Whiskey. That is my joint. He say, "Girl, you smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You as dry as a glass of brandy, but you go down strong every time." Something like that.
Oh!
It's a dope song.
Wait, send that to JR Rap. JR, send that to me.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, D on your love every time, something like that. But it's a dope song. It's a dope song. You're gonna love it. It definitely got that Etta James vibe to it. Matter of fact, hold on. Here,
You gonna play
my
it
Apple
first
Music.
or something?
Play it off of you got Tidal?
Yeah. You know I got Tidal.
You know we got Tidal.
Look up Tennessee Whiskey by
give us a second.
Yeah, that joint. That
here it is, right there.
Bow. I'm telling you, that's my joint. Joint soulful.
Yeah, this sounds like you're gonna get you in your feelings. Listen to this.
Man, the whole thing gets you in your feelings. This whole project. Spend my life at the bar room.
Used to spend my nights out in the bar room. Liquor was the only love I'd known.
It do.
From reaching for the bottom.
Okay.
Your glove drop.
I'm waiting for that chorus.
Oh man, that chorus.
Tennessee whiskey.
It was warm as a glass of brandy. That's what it was.
Right.
Strawberry wine.
Watch this, y'all. Watch this right here.
You're as warm as a glass of brandy.
Okay.
And honey, I stay strong on your love all the time.
All right.
All right, cut it out. Don't give him too much. That mug is
that mug. All right. I'm not really that much into country music.
That was nice.
Hey, that sounds nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. Wow.
It's funny, even me as a rapper, I spend like 90% of my time listening to
other genres,
other music.
That's good. Yeah, that's actually good, I think. But yeah, my sleeper album is The First Tirade by my boy Isaiah Rashad. And honestly, he is my favorite member out of TDE. And I don't understand why people are still sleeping on this dude. Like,
Isaiah Rashad.
Like people be thinking Kendrick Lamar be playing with the tones of his voices and stuff. I think Isaiah Rashad does that the best out of the artists I've been listening to.
That album was bomb.
Boy, man, and the funny thing is the first time I heard it, I was so asleep on it listening to it. The first time I heard it, I was like, bro, this is cool. Then something about the second time I heard it, I was like, bro, this is genius. Like I messed with this, bro. And the funny thing is, I really like this album, but I like his other projects before this, like Sylvia's Demo, because he really like showed on that one like how lyrically sound he was. Like on the Sun's Tirade, I like it because how he uses it, his tones and his voice and his inflections as kind of like instruments in between all the production on the music or whatever. But yeah. Isaiah Rashad, The Sun's Tirade. If y'all haven't heard that, you know, you need to get with it. Get with it. And then my sleeper song is by this artist named Summer. And the song is called More Than Alive. She's an up-and-coming artist. She's from Chicago, but, you know, she's currently, you know her? Don't tell me you know her. Okay.
Dude, speaking
The
of
funny
her,
thing is,
No Name, that should have been my album. Damn.
oh yeah,
I didn't even think of that. Damn.
No Name. Okay.
That
I
shit
heard
was
that.
my joint. I was, man.
Yeah, but
I reneged on the
I've heard it.
Holly, No Names project.
No Name Gypsy for you, Tono?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah. But this girl I'm talking about her name is Summer. I've actually done some artwork for her latest song. She's putting out an EP or whatever here coming out soon. Y'all can follow her, I think on Instagram. I forgot her exact Instagram name because it's different from her actual name, Summer. Shoot. But if I find that, I'll put it in the link in the description link on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, More Than a Lie, it's pretty cool. She's kind of reminds me, she gives me a little bit of a Leah feel, a little bit. She kind of resides in that type of frequency for me. I likes that. And Leah, boy, bruh, if any artist I wish I could bring back, Aaliyah would be probably like in my top 5 artists I would want to bring back, you know. But yeah, I like this girl Summer, not just because I don't like her, but she's actually pretty cool. I like her, like her whole vibe and whatnot. Yeah, but yeah, that's me. That's my sleepers. Yeah, man. But this has been real. You know, this Taste Test podcast. We got our first guest on today. Our boy Tono. Again, if you want to let people know where they can find your music and follow you.
Get it, definitely. It's Tono Wilson. That's TONOWILSON on Facebook and Instagram preferably, but I'm also on SoundCloud. I'm actually, weird fun fact, I'm an artist on WhatsApp. So I'm an author, author on WhatsApp. So I do like random thoughts and stuff that I put together on Wattpad and WhatsApp and different things.
Cool. And y'all know where to follow us at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we are Taste Test Podcast. Y'all can follow us on social media. On Instagram, it's Taste Test Podcast. On Facebook and Instagram, and on Twitter, it's Taste Test Pod. Just Taste Test Pod on Twitter. We just uploaded some of our episodes to iTunes and SoundCloud. So y'all can follow us both on there at Taste Test Podcast, as well as on YouTube. Subscribe, follow, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff on YouTube. We just gonna keep growing and stuff, you know. We started off humble beginnings. We still in that growing phase or whatever, but we getting it together. You loving it.
Hey, I might mess around and be a sponsor one day.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Taste Test brought to you in part by Tono Technology.
That would be dope.
Yes.
Speak that.
Bear with us.
Yeah, but it's been real.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Please. Our special guest today, Tono, coming on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So if you want to come back on, just let us know in the future.
I definitely will. Like I said,
thank you, Tono.
this R&B joint. Matter of fact,
Let us know.
I'm gonna send you a download card, Janae. If you ain't already
Yes.
bought the album, I'm gonna send you a download card to that, and then I'm also gonna
Send
send y'all everything from the Trump tape before I release it, so y'all can have an exclusive on that. And then in August, I'm gonna let y'all know about the R&B project I'm dedicating to my daughter.
Oh wow.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, that's dope. You trying to get on your Childish Gambino vibe? I see.
Forward to it.
I
That baby boy vibe.
man, it's like
It's gonna be
weird.
baby girl.
It's
Baby girl.
it's so it's man, it's a beautiful song.
That's-
Can I play you a snippet of it?
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
we can do it for the outro for this.
I'll do it.
We do it for the outro for this podcast. But yeah, it's been
I'm
real.
gonna
We've been on here for a minute, but I loved every second of
Been
it. I
real,
hope
y'all.
enjoyed it too. This is Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
My co-host Janae and my
Janae.
special guest.
Tono Wilson.
Yeah, and we out.
No, I'm serious.
I see the signs and it reminds me of angels waiting there in line. I held her hand like grains of sand, then we stood still in time. Heaven has your wings, but I can see them still on the corner of your heels. So you'll always be an angel, ooh. You'll always be my love, the sight of you, so beautiful thing. I'll write a new haiku. There's something old in your something new. I know a few that look like you. Yeah, I do. So you'll always be an angel. You'll always be my little angel. Ooh, you'll always be my love. Our love is an antique, the feeling's so unique. No words for this feeling, guess that's why I couldn't speak. Can't wait to tell my sister, you know Taylor Marie, then Tori Malik, that they got a little niece. My little piece of heaven's peace, cut from heaven's pasture, raptured in God's laughter. Tono the first chapter, for I so loved a girl that an angel was born after. So you'll always be an angel. Oh, my little angel. Ooh, you'll always